You know what? Shout out to Eli the Sandman because he spoke about this topic. The ecosystem in the WWE is messed up really bad. What do you mean by that? What's the ecosystem? The ecosystem is we don't know who to cheer or who to boo anymore. Now, granted, we had times where everything was painted in the gray area, where everybody goes through it. All baby faces go through it when they get stale. They eventually get booed. And it's on the baby face to reinvent themselves and to pretty much become a different character to where they can gain that fan support again. It's happened to the best of them. We talk about The Rock, Roman Reigns. It happened to Hulk Hogan. It wasn't, I don't know if it was going to ever happen to Stone Cold Steve Austin because he always had that edge. It's happened to Bret. I don't know if it ever happened to Bret Hart, but it happens to the best of them. So what do? You reinvent with the times. Now, one thing for sure, in the Hulk Hogan's credit, he was able to keep the heel edge on the NWO. Because Hall and Nash was doing all the cool stuff, but Hulk Hogan kept the heel heat going on with them. Because your goal, one thing I notice about wrestling fans and just people in general, that they're backwards as hell. The more you shit on them, the more they cheer you. Which is weird to me. I come from a time where you had those badass heels, man. We talk about growing up, we wanted to see these guys get their ass whipped. Ric Flair was a master of that. And we all rallied behind Dusty and Magnum TA and Sting to take down the Horsemen. Because the Horsemen was corporate scumbags. They were doing cool shit, but at the same time, they were corporate America. We was the blue collar guys. We looked at the Road Warriors. We looked at Magnum TA. We looked at the Rock and Roll Express. We looked at Dusty. We looked at Sting. We looked at people like that to take that corporate entity down. It was something of that caliber. And the same thing with Ravishing Rick Rude. Rick Rude was doing all types of scumbag shit, man. That any man could relate to. You wanted to punch this guy in the mouth. Every man could relate to a dude serenading his wife and her husband for that matter. And we started seeing that with how he was doing with Jake Roberts. Jake Roberts was also one of my favorite favorite heels. Randy Savage was also one of my favorite heels. Roddy Piper, when he whooped Jimmy Snuka ass. We all wanted to see those guys get paybacks. And in the recent generation, JBL, Stan Hansen, Vader, all those guys, Raven, all those guys understood the assignment of being booed. And I'm pretty sure there's more. I will have to say this, Triple H. Even though it took him a while to get there. It took him a while to get there. It took Mick Foley almost killing himself to get there. It took The Rock getting him there. He did it. One of the most memorable villainous heels ever. But what it takes to make a great heel is great commentators. You had guys like Gorilla Monsoon. You had McMahon at that time even when he was doing babyface commentary. You had Jim Ross, who will put these guys over as they're doing the most heinous shit ever. And it resonated to where you want to see and pay this guy to see his ass get whipped. Somewhere down the line, the ecosystem got destroyed. It really did. I don't know if it was because of John Cena, where they kept on forcing John Cena down people's throats to where people started booing him beside him being the good guy. Then it happened to Roman Reigns. But somewhere down the line, the ecosystem got destroyed. And it's really bad now to where the WWE, they have nothing but really baby faces. Everybody that's out there in the WWE is getting babyface reactions. Look at this. Everything is a sing-along. Everybody. Roman Reigns, he ain't changed, but they cheer him. Jacob Fatu, the Usos. Jacob Fatu is doing heel work, but at the same time, people still cheering him. Trick Williams, he ain't changed, but people cheer him. Who else is out there? Cody Rhodes is a face. CM Punk is a face. Melo is a face. But yeah, you want to turn what's his name? Javon Evans into a face? Into a heel? Nigga, you need to turn Cody Rhodes as a heel because he's stale. Why you gonna turn one of the guys that you need that could be your future baby faces like Javon Evans? There's really the only one, believe it or not, that can have the potential to get potential real good heel heat is Austin Theory. Yeah, I called him a bum. I said Cena ended his chapter, but with this story right here with Maxine Dupree, he has potential to really be the biggest villain in the company. If he really turns it down right. Because this reminds me of Edge and Lita and Matt. And the stuff he was saying to Otis, good shit. Because think about it. Who couldn't relate to that? Him being the guy that takes the girl from the nice guy and be a scumbag about it. He has potential to do it, actually, believe it or not. He kind of won me over a little bit. But you know what saves Austin Theory from really being that guy is his humility. And see, this is the problem with a lot of these wrestlers when they do press. If you a heel, you got to stay in that heel character. That's how you draw the money. That's how Rick Rude was able to draw money. When you look at Rick Rude on Kathy Lee and Regis, he stayed the same. He wasn't humble. He didn't show about his beginnings. He just kept it within selling the match. Austin Theory, to his credit, he's really a nice guy. And I really, if anything, when you look at that interview that he did, I think with Chris Vevitt, you would want Austin Theory to succeed because he had a real tough upbringing. But now you conflicting the ecosystem. We want to cheer this guy because he really has a story that we want to get behind. But you want to sell him as a scumbag, and he's not that. That's the problem that we're running with. And that's the problem with the WWE for a long time. With Roman Reigns even. Roman Reigns, this is really Roman Reigns' character. You trying to sell him as Hulk Hogan or John Cena 2.0, and he's not that. How you think Batista got over? Not everybody could be Cena or Hogan. There gotta be a Austin. There gotta be even a Rock to a degree, because those guys didn't fit the prototype of the 80s comic book character type guy. But this is the problem with the WWE is facing right now. Everybody's a damn babyface. Now you got Sami Zayn getting cheered after they booed him. Like, who are we supposed to be cheering? Who are we supposed to be booing? Obafemi? But that Brock Lesnar is getting cheered whenever he pull up. See the problem? Now think about this. Who's the only one getting booed? This is something to think about. You notice how Jade Cargill gets heat. I wonder why, but that's another topic. Jade Cargill gets heat every time she shows up. They boo her out the building. Jade Cargill. Dominic, he knows how to get heat in a way, but at the same time, he's like a rock star in Mexico. Dominic knew how to work it with him and the Mysterio feud. That alone catapulted him. Like, I don't know what it is that people don't want to really go there and get that heel heat anymore because of social media and how society is. But I come up at a time where Shane Douglas broke Gary Wolf's Pitbull 1's neck, and then he took his halo and threw it down. And he almost got shot that night. Like, we need stuff like that. But considering how to see now that the ecosystem is so messed up now, we don't know who to cheer, who to boo. And this is the problem with Punk and Cody now. Like, who are we supposed to boo here? Somebody gotta be the antagonist. Somebody gotta be the villain. But both of these motherfuckers. Now we got we got Seth and Roman. Both of them are faces. Who's the heel? Somebody gotta be the bad guy. I can't tell Seth Rollins is a bad guy and they cheering his song. We definitely can't tell Roman Reigns is a bad guy. Somebody got to be the bad guy. The problem is everybody likes everybody. But let me know what you guys think in the comment. Is this a problem here in the WWE? Let me know how.